Hey everyone, welcome to the second part of our beginner guide series. Today we're going to go over the start of the game, which main story paths to take, skill points, the difference between awakening and succession, what is the Magnus and why it's so important to do early on, what the fairy does, the cash shop, and what dailies you should be doing at the very least if you have limited time to play every day. You can jump around the video through the chapters, so feel free to do so. Whether you completed the Balano storyline or the Winter Region story, you're going to be around level 56 by the time you finish the Medaya section of each story. From here, you want to talk to your Black Spirit and do your Awakening and Succession quest lines to unlock your 2 class specs. Each class outside of Archer and Shy will have an Awakening form and a Succession form. The Awakening form allows you to use a second weapon, and the Succession form allows you to reinforce the current weapon you have been using. Each form has their advantages and disadvantages. You can think of Awakening and Succession as almost separate classes, but you can freely swap between forms whenever you want. You also want to invest skill points into your skills after acquiring your Awakening and Succession forms. An added bonus that has been implemented is the change to the way SP or skill points work. Previously in Black Desert, you needed to grind for skill points to be able to rank up your skills. Nowadays, you no longer need to do that. By the time you finish the main story through the season and complete the Valencia Part 1 main story, you will have enough skill points to unlock all of your skill ranks. Any additional skill points you gain over 1,000 skill points can be invested into a brand new skill that's going to increase your character's weight capacity limit. After you complete your Awakening and Succession quests, you want to complete the Valencia Part 1 storyline. This is going to give you some good XP and some fail stacks that we're going to use later on. It also allows us to proceed with the next quest line, which is the Magnus. Now, this is a puzzle-based story that is fairly simple to do. The quest line is a little bit on the long side, but it's going to unlock universal storage, meaning we can move items throughout the world from just one location. That is incredibly powerful. We'll be able to also use the Magnus to teleport around the world and save a lot of time. Magnus will also unlock a special skill, a new skill for each one of your classes. And finally, Magnus will also reward you with your choice of a pen boss armor, which is a big deal for you as a new or returning player. That's essentially 10 billion silver worth of an item for just completing one quest line. You can start the quest line at any time after you're level 20, but I think it's best to do it after you've done the Valencia quest line. So after we're done with the Magnus, we want to focus on leveling to 61. You'll be around 58, maybe close to 59 even. You have several options right now. I recommend grinding at Desert Nagas for about an hour to 2 hours just to reach level 61 with maximum experience buffs. On the weekends, we tend to have even greater hot time experience buffs, so that's a good time to do it. You can also have a veteran friend boost you if they're willing. There's also a questing method you can do, but for now, I highly suggest you either grind it yourself to get used to your class or leech it if you want to hang out talking about the game with your friends on Discord. After hitting 61, we need to focus on our season objectives, which means starting the Margahan adventure log, doing the blacksmith side quest, doing the Natter's Band quest line, and doing the Shakatu family inventory quest line. These can all be started straight from your Black Spirit. Once you do those, you'll be ready to unlock your fairy companion. So let's go over what the fairy is and what it can do for you. You're going to have a Black Spirit quest to talk to the fairy queen. They will reward you with your own personal fairy. The most useful thing about this fairy companion is the ability to use potions automatically. But like other things, you need to level your fairy and get that auto potion skill to actually get this benefit. There are 4 ranks of fairies. The ones you get from the bundle will be a random rank. If you get a rank 3 fairy, there is a way to level it to rank 4 with 100% certainty. So at the very least, you're looking for a rank 3 fairy. These are going to be called brilliant fairies. The rank 4 fairies are called radiant fairies. Depending on the rank of your fairy, there will be a max level of a skill that you can learn. So the skills you want are miraculous cheer, continuous care, and feathery steps. The rest are not as important, I think, as these 3. Miraculous cheer, like I said, allows you to use potions in your inventory automatically. Continuous care will allow you to do the same thing with consumables like food, and feathery steps will allow you to prevent getting slowed down up to a percentage of your total weight. So if you have the max rank of this feathery step skill, you won't get slowed till you are past 125% of your weight limit. To get skills on your fairy, you're going to randomly get a skill every 10 levels. You increase the fairy level by feeding it certain consumables or armors and weapons. Unfortunately, there is no free way to swap skills outside of getting another rank 4 fairy and trying again. The best way to go about at least getting Miraculous Cheer max rank is to get a rank 4 fairy first, get to level 10, and then use 1 Theiah orb to reroll the skill. Theiah orbs are given free at limited amounts through events from time to time. time, and from new player one-time quests. If you are re-rolling and you get a max rank feathery steps at level 10, which is one of the 3 skills we want, you want to then level to 20 and then see what the second skill is going to be. Swapping the skill at level 20 is going to consume 2 Theiah orbs instead of 1, so keep that in mind. At the very least, if you get Miraculous Cheer max rank, that's all you really need. It's going to make a huge difference in all aspects of the game, especially PvP. Since we mentioned the cash shop indirectly by talking about Theiah orbs, let's get into what you want to buy if you're willing to spend money. Now, first of all, buying the game packages when it is on sale is beyond broken good. You get a ton of items. The bundles are the next thing you want to also look at. The value is insane here. There was a sale recently where if you bought the $24 bundle, you get $40 in pearls plus all the items, which is very good value. What you kind of want from these bundles are those tier 3 polar bears. These are pets that, again, we're going to need, and the polar bears in particular are extremely good because they increase our weight capacity for all characters as long as your pet is out. New players and returning players get to buy the 1+1 pearl bundles, so you spend $60, you get $120 worth of currency. Realistically, you can buy everything you need with the discounted package and the discounted bundles. You'll get around $80 of currency for around $60 spent. If you want to use the coupons, you can use that to buy the campsite, which is probably one of the first purchases you kind of need to make. It's a portable repair shop, a portable vendor shop, and you can buy potions from here, buy buffs from here. It's really useful, and you'll hear a lot of people saying that's probably one of the first things you should buy. For newer players and maybe returning players, I don't remember, but it's usually discounted for newer players, and you can even use the 50% coupon that they give new players to bring that price down even more. After the campsite, pets are pretty important, but with bundles and packages, you can get a lot of tier 3 pets. To flesh out your roster, you want 5 tier 3 pets. After that, getting maids when they're on sale is also a good recommendation. And speaking of pets, I would recommend forcing one of your tier 3 pets into a tier 4 pet by having the right combination of pets to enhance it to tier 4. The reason we do this is because tier 4s nowadays can become tier 5 pets through a simple quest in-game. Tier 5 pets become sort of leaders of your pet group, so even if the rest of your pets are now tier 3, having just one tier 5 are going to make the rest of your pets a lot faster at looting, which is what you want, especially if you're grinding. Outside of pets, getting maids when they're on sale is incredibly good. I don't really advise you guys buy weight for a character or even inventory for a character. You're going to get so much for free, and there's no way you're going to know which class you're going to be playing for a long time as a main because weight is character specific and you don't know what you want from the game right now. Buying weight from the cash shop just doesn't make sense. You want to buy things that increase your account-wide weight capacity, like storage maids, polar bears, for example, and trying to get that feathery steps from the fairy as well. If you're playing a class and you're still playing that class after a month or so, you love that class, then you can buy character-specific weight if you want. We also get special scrolls about twice a year that allow you to transfer all the inventory maximizations that you've done, all the weight capacity you bought on one class, and then change it to another class that you want. So keep that in mind. That happens about once to twice a year. So if you do end up changing your mind, you can rely on that happening at least once a year to transfer whatever weight or inventory you bought on one character and transferring it to another class that you now like. The main subscription item in the game is a value pack. It will give you a ton of features, but more importantly, reduced attacks from the marketplace, which is pretty huge. I recommend at least having the value pack active, but you will get a month free when you start the game and a couple of months free from the bundles and packages. If you know you will play for a long time, you want to also buy the longer duration value pack deals as they are cheaper per month. And that's pretty much it for the cash shop. Everything else is kind of just extra stuff. There are some convenience items that you can use for enhancing, but honestly, these days you don't really need that. And I personally just buy outfits I like from time to time, and that's what I tend to spend money on. So now that you've done the fairy stuff, you know what's kind of good in the cash shop. Now we want to start our account-wide stat increase quest lines and journals. These are things you're gonna have to do. They're mandatory quest lines because they just give you free stats essentially for just doing quests. They are called adventure logs. Some of these take a long time. These are kind of longer objectives, and they're gonna have you doing small quests to obtain stats. But these small quests that you're gonna be doing are gonna give you stats that are gonna affect your entire roster of characters, your entire account. You only have to do them one time. They're under the suggested quest app, so make sure you go through all of them at your own pace. I like to do a little bit every day depending on how long I have to play. Here is my recommended priority list for logs in case you want to follow the route I am taking. You also want to make sure to be doing at least one daily if you have half an hour or so to play a day. Just do this daily and you'll be set. This is the Jetina daily. Jetina is going to reward you with the Burning Moonlight Blackstone powders. That's going to be used for the pen accessory questline, where at the end you get to choose a pen accessory of your choice. It's not exactly free, but it is a lot cheaper than making it yourself. This is basically a 40 billion silver item you're going to be getting at the the end of this quest line for 1/4 of the cost. Just make sure to complete the daily every day if you can, but don't be stressed out if you miss some days. The Jetina quest line overall nowadays only takes about a month and a half to complete if you do dailies every day. In terms of long-term goals, there's some treasure items you can grind for. I find that personally really fun. Treasure items are rare pieces that give you additional boost to your gameplay. The most common one and the first one we're going to go for is the infinite HP potion. This is a potion that will never run out and will free up a lot of weight in your inventory once you get it. There's also a mana version, which we will also be doing as well. But starting out, we're going to be looking at different zones at season gear level to see which ones are the best for you and how much money you can get per hour at each of these zones. So stay tuned for more videos on specific areas on the channel in future episodes of this series. Now for the next episode, we're going to go over enhancing, how you should approach it. Should you even do it? Should you avoid it altogether? And what materials you want to be saving up as you progress early on. Let me know what you think of videos like this. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know in the comments or over on my Discord. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.